Is this the moment everything changes? Are Jungkook and Taehyung being pushed aside while the world watches in silence? Or will someone finally stand with them when it matters most? Who is really standing with Jungkook and Taehyung right now? And who is quietly stepping back while the storm grows louder? Before you read further, stop for a second and ask yourself, if your favorite artist were treated unfairly in front of millions, would you stay silent or would you speak? If you feel the tension, if your heart already beats faster reading their names, then don't just watch from the shadows. Comment what you feel, like this story if it moves you, and subscribe so you never miss what could be the most emotional chapter yet in their journey. It started with whispers, the kind that crawl through fan communities late at night, when screens glow brighter than hope and rumors move faster than truth. Jungkook and Taehyung were smiling in public, but something felt wrong. Fans felt it in the air, in the pauses between their words, in the way schedules changed without explanation. Was it coincidence? Or was something being hidden behind polite statements and perfect photos? Why did the world tour, once talked about with so much excitement, suddenly feel like a question mark hanging over their heads? People began to ask dangerous questions. Not dangerous because they were wrong, but dangerous because they touched something real. Why were opportunities being delayed? Why did announcements come without their voices? Why did fans feel like decisions about Jungkook and Taehyung were being made without Jungkook and Taehyung? Every silence felt heavier than any scandal. Every delay felt like a message that no one wanted to say out loud. Then came the word that shook everything: unfair. Fans didn't whisper it anymore. They shouted it across timelines, in comments, in late-night voice notes between friends who had followed these two for years. They are being treated unfairly, people said. But unfair by who? For what reason? And why now, when their global influence had never been stronger? The world tour became the symbol of everything. At first it was hope. It was supposed to be the stage where Jungkook and Taehyung would meet the world again. Not through screens but through voices echoing in real arenas. Then slowly, that hope turned into confusion. Dates felt uncertain. Plans felt fragile. Fans began to wonder, is this tour being questioned because of logistics, or because someone doesn't want it to happen the way it should? Every artist dreams of standing in front of a crowd that sings their lyrics louder than they do. Jungkook and Taehyung have lived that dream. But what happens when the dream starts to feel controlled by invisible hands? What happens when fans begin to feel that their idols are no longer the ones holding the steering wheel of their own future? Jungkook has always been known for his quiet strength. He doesn't scream his pain. He hides it behind effort, behind practice, behind that look in his eyes that says he will try harder even when he shouldn't have to. Taehyung, on the other hand, carries his emotions like art. You can see what he feels in the way he sings, in the way he looks into a camera like he's talking to just one person. When something is wrong, fans notice it in him first. And lately, fans noticed a lot. Some said Jungkook looked tired in a way that rest couldn't fix. Some said Taehyung's smile didn't reach his eyes the way it used to. Others said it was just imagination, just fans overthinking like always. But when millions of people feel the same uneasiness, can it really be nothing? The storm grew when insiders, not official sources, not news sites, but voices close enough to the industry to feel real, hinted that decisions were being made without full respect for Jungkook and Taehyung's wishes. Nothing clear, nothing proven, just enough to make people afraid. Afraid that the two artists who gave so much to the world were now being pushed into a story they didn't write. And that's when the biggest question appeared. If Jungkook and Taehyung are in the middle of this storm, who will stand beside them? Fans wanted to believe that someone powerful would speak. Someone with authority. Someone who could say, "This is not right." But days passed, and silence answered instead. Silence from those who usually speak loudly. Silence from those who should have protected them. And in that silence, fans felt something dangerous growing: betrayal. The idea that Jungkook and Taehyung might be cheated didn't mean money only. It meant cheated of choices, cheated of timing, cheated of the freedom to decide their own path. Fans began to write long messages online, saying they didn't care about perfection anymore. They just wanted honesty. They wanted to know, are Jungkook and Taehyung happy with what is happening right now? Or are they trapped in a plan that doesn't belong to them? Every time Jungkook spoke to fans, his words sounded warm but careful, like someone walking on thin ice. choosing each sentence so it wouldn't break anything. Taehyung, when he shared small moments, felt closer but also more fragile, like he wanted to say more but didn't know how far he could go. And so fans started reading between the lines. Maybe too much. Maybe not enough. Maybe exactly as they should. The world tour question became emotional, not technical. It wasn't about dates anymore. It was about meaning. If this tour was delayed or changed unfairly, what did it say about how Jungkook and Taehyung were being valued? Were they still seen as artists with dreams, or just as pieces in a bigger machine? Every fandom has its storms, but this one felt different. This one felt personal. People weren't fighting over ships or theories. They were fighting over dignity, over whether two artists who had given their youth, their voices, their emotions to the world were now being treated as if their feelings were optional. Some fans said, "Be patient." Others said, "We've been patient for too long." Some said, "Trust the system." Others replied, "What if the system is the problem?" In the middle of all this, Jungkook and Taehyung remained mostly silent. And that silence was louder than any statement. Was it because they had nothing to say? Or because they had too much to say? Imagine being in their place. Imagine knowing that millions of people are worried about you, arguing about you, defending you, while you can't speak freely. Imagine feeling grateful for the love, but powerless to change the story being written around you. That kind of pressure doesn't show in headlines, but it lives in the chest, heavy and constant. Fans began to create their own role. If no powerful figure would stand up, then they would. They trended hashtags. They wrote letters. They made videos explaining why Jungkook and Taehyung deserve better. Some cried on camera, saying they felt helpless watching two people they admired possibly being hurt by decisions they couldn't control. And slowly, something shifted. The conversation grew too big to ignore. Even those who didn't care deeply about fandom started asking, "What's really going on with Jungkook and Taehyung?" That's when you know a story is no longer just about fans. It's about fairness, about power, about who gets to decide another person's future. Still, no clear answer came. The most painful part was not knowing. Not knowing if Jungkook and Taehyung were angry, sad, resigned, or quietly planning their own next move. Not knowing if the world tour would become a dream fulfilled or a symbol of something lost. Not knowing who behind closed doors was truly on their side. Sometimes, in rare moments, fans felt hope. A small smile from Jungkook that looked real. A message from Taehyung that felt honest. And people would say, "See? They're okay." But hope in small pieces is fragile. One bad rumor, one strange delay, and it breaks again. This storm has shown something important. Jungkook and Taehyung are not just idols. They are people whose lives are being watched, judged, and shaped by forces much bigger than a stage. And when those forces feel unfair, fans don't just feel sad. They feel responsible. Because loving an artist is not just cheering when they succeed.